Jai Hind, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Voice of Red Hackle, a podcast by the cadets for the cadets of the cadets. Today we have with us Senior GCI Nayani Saxena ma'am from 7 Delhi Battalion and Senior GCI Neva Singh ma'am from 1 Delhi Girls Battalion. Voice of Red Hackle has come up with a series of podcasts to showcase what NCC has to offer to the nation and how Amrit Kal ki NCC is leading India towards Viksit Bharat.
Jain ma'am, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Preeti, for having us here.
Thank you, Preeti and Aditi, for having us here in the podcast Voice of Red Hackle.
Ma'am, can you please introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Senior GCI Nani Saxena, and I'm currently posted with 7 Delhi Battalion, NCC. It's been 6 months that I have been posted to Delhi, and I've had a wonderful tenure. And I got to know about this podcast team, about a team of yours, and I feel it's a very wonderful initiative to voice out the youth. And I'm obliged that I'm here. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
I am Senior GCI Neva Singh, posted in 1 Delhi Girls Battalion, and Voice of Red Hackle is doing an amazing thing and bringing people here on this platform and sharing the experiences is a good effort from the side of this podcast because it is going to contribute in the coming generation. They will be also gaining experiences of our cadet time and definitely they will groom themselves accordingly.
Ma'am, please tell your audience about your NCC journey and why you joined NCC and now again as a girl cadet instructor.
I joined NCC in Lakshmibai College under 7 Delhi Girls Battalion, and it was an amazing journey for me because I saw one documentary on National Cadet Corps at in Doordarshan, and at that time Doordarshan was the only option. So I was quite inspired by the kind of uniform. So I came to college and asked for where is the NCC room, and then I met one of the GCI who was officiating there as a ENO. So like she guided me and I was enrolled in NCC. I had done 5 to 6 camps in my 3 years tenure, and the most experiencing camp was OTA attachment Chennai camp. And I had it was a life changing experience for me because I met a lot of people from other directorates, and they were very good in their own fields, and I had gained many experiences by sharing their culture and getting knowledge about their places. And in fact, the place where the camp was held, that was OTA itself, because for a common person it is very difficult to get into that academy. So if we were there, we were lucky to be the part of OTA attachment. And Nanny is also sitting here, and 20 years back we both were in that camp from the Delhi Directorate. We were selected cadets from Delhi Directorate, and we are proud that
Proud, yes.
still sitting on the same podcast and sharing the experience.
So
So
our
that is
friendship goes long way.
so
Like we
that
know each other
is
for 20 years, good 20 years.
yes. So that is my experience, and I have carried forward that experience till date, and I tell the stories of my cadet days to my cadets now.
Same question for you. How has it been for you?
It has been a wonderful journey. I am what I am because of NCC. You would not believe I was very submissive during my school days. I hardly participated in any of the events. Although some declamation or recitation competitions I took part in, but it did not develop my personality like the kind of exposure you guys get nowadays during the school days also. We never used to have that. So when I joined NCC under 5 Delhi Girls Battalion, I joined NCC in JDMC College. It it took me to a different world altogether. Being submissive and then leading the team entirely, becoming a senior under officer in the same college, it was like a dream come true. I participated in various national level camps. In the first year of NCC, I did parasailing, and it was wonderful. The kind of rigorous training that we got and developing a new skill. It was absolutely thrilling. Flying high, looking down at everything, and it was just amazing. And then later on, I got selected to be a part of RDC contingent in the year 2004. I was a part of PM's rally too. And during that 30 days of my 30 days of camp, I met so many wonderful people there. As Neva said, we used to, we met several people from all the directorates. It was like a mela, I would say. As you know, RDC is a dream for all the cadets. So while I was in first year, I looked up at RDC cadets and I was like, I want to do that. And I did that in my second year. So I was very proud to be a part of that contingent, to be a proud, I was so proud to meet dignitaries. So the opportunities, the avenues, the way it has groomed me, my endurance and the decision making ability that it has inculcated within me, I carry that since then. And then I had an opportunity of meeting wonderful people, and Neva was one of them. I'm glad we were a part of the same team. We were the chosen ones. We got selected. So, three girls were selected out of Delhi. So, fortunately, one was my sister, elder sister, one was Neva, and I was a part of it. So, we were like three of us got selected, and we had awesome time together. We had fun. We had a lot of memories together. We did horse riding for the first time. And I still have friends connected through Facebook, and we still are connected. And with Niva, since we are a part of the same organization, even though I was posted in West Bengal and she was here, we never lost connect. So the kind of friendship, the kind of bonds that you make, that's not only just for some time, but it actually gives you lifetime friendships, and it's a long, long, beautiful journey. So I would say it has taught me endurance, team leading ability, leadership qualities that it has inculcated within me, transformed me, I would say. So I'm highly obliged, and thankfully because of NCC, I am what I am, and I am able to run my home, and I'm able to achieve more because of NCC. So it's we are indebted, I would say.
Wonderful, ma'am.
Okay, well, as I said, it has inculcated leadership qualities within me, and the way that I have started projecting myself, my work, it actually helped me crack a lot of interviews when I appeared for corporate interviews.
Mm.
I gave interview for HCL and I got selected. Starting my career only with a graduate degree and having, back then it was a very big amount to get 10,000 rupees as a first salary. So later on, as I said, it made me stand out of the crowd. I was selected to go to Australia for 2 months. My company chose me. And I think because of the kind of knowledge, the kind of initiative that NCC teaches you, it just gets into your blood and you just can't get away with. And that has actually made me achieve whatever I wanted to be. I was a team lead, and I was doing wonderfully well. However, I don't know, I really missed my NCC days. I had connections with all my friends and they were actually serving, and I had that passion to get into NCC. So even when I used to work in corporates, people used to ask me, why didn't you join some uniform job? And then there was a notification. I did not see that notification. One of my friends told me that there is a notification for GCI recruitment. I was working then full time. I filled that form and I got through it, and I was so happy and passionate since I was the only girl in my entire family who now belongs to an organization which is so disciplined and so renowned. So it's a proud moment not only for me but even for my family, because they have always motivated me to become something in our lives. So that's how, and since then it's just a beautiful journey. A lot of ups and downs though, but I have learned a lot. It has transformed me, as I said. So I had an experience in the corporate, but whatever I'm doing right now, I connect with the youth. My inner child is still alive.
So, ma'am, coming to the next question, can you share some interesting anecdotes or any experience in your time in OTA Gwalior?
Well, there are many actually, not just once. But we had a wonderful experience. I would price of women of different age groups. It was not restricted to only the girls in 20s. It was a mix of GCIs and ANOs. And I'm sure you might be aware that They are the teachers. ANOs are teachers. So basically, we had people from different age groups. And when I went for my training, I was 1 month old in the organization, as I would say. And I was given that opportunity to become the company cadet senior, as you say. So I had the opportunity of leading not only girls of my age, but women who were in their 40s. And the kind of, the attitude they have, and the kind of, the ideas that they have about an organization was absolutely different than, us, because we were NCC cadets. To become a GCI, you have to have C certificate. So that counted. That really counted. And as I said, your your experience as a cadet always helps you stand out of the crowd. So I was given that opportunity, and I feel very blessed to become the company cadet senior for almost a quarter to 3 months. And during that entire training period, I had the opportunity of interacting with the training officers, the trainers, the commandant, and it was such a wonderful experience, that how much effort it takes, for a training to be conducted. And being the team lead, you have to stand out and you have to keep them motivated. So I realized then the importance of working in a team. It is not just that I am good and I'll perform. No, working with the team, making them work together to achieve a set goal was wonderful experience. Also, it gave me a lot of opportunities to brief commandants and dignitaries who used to come for the visits and meetings. And when you are you go for the high teas, or at the you're in the rank panel basically. So it just gives you a wonderful exposure and happiness, because everybody else is sitting in the mess and you are sitting with the all the officers sharing meal. So it was a great experience, and I commanded our company during the passing out parade. So it was a big experience for me, because my parents came to witness that. They had already witnessed me receiving the CM's rally, Best Cadet Award from CM Miss Sheila Dikshit during 2005 CM's rally. However, walking me and, getting passed out from that particular academy was it still gives me goosebumps. So on one of the shoulders, commandant was putting my rank, and on the other, my mother was, that was the peeping ceremony that was done. So it was a wonderful experience, mix of lot of emotions, being young, fighting, achieving together, eating together, and then ultimately that happiness when you pass out after those 3 months. It's a different experience altogether.
Wonderful, ma'am. And what about you, ma'am?
I did my training in 2009, and already I served 2 years in Jammu and Kashmir as a GCI. So I had experience already when I went into the OTA Gwalior Academy. When I entered the gate of OTA Gwalior, there this line is written: "You are trained hard so that you can go and train them." So that was very inspiring line, which attracted me. That means ki since I am entering this alma mater of mine, and I'm getting such a training so that I can go and train the future leaders of the NCC organization. My commandant, he was very strict, Brigadier Thomas George. But the kind of toughness he put into that training made me tough. And I think the continuity in this organization requires a lot of toughness. So that was developed by the commandant. I will give the credit to him, because the GCIs, they were made to do all sort of activities. It was certain activities which was specifically for the GCIs, because we were all under 25, and he used to like push us, means there are limits, but we crossed our limits of toughness. So we used to run daily so many kilometers, and there are a lot of extra drills. When we used to have lunch, we were asked to go for the extra drills in tracksuit, with our like RDC cadets. So that was the period, like in the starting initial phase, I was feeling कि भाग जाते हैं, but but the kind of people were there around me, my friends were there, they used to say continue, हो जाएगा यार, चल चल, कर ले हो जाएगा. So that was the thing which kept me in that academy. But finally I was the parade right marker. I was given the training of the commander throughout, because I have a very heavy voice. So they, whenever they used to like select na command deni hai, हाँ, come 205, come. So that was the thing which used to motivate me and kept me in the. I had learned table drill, and I have never forget that table drill. Even if you will ask me to do right now, I can do that. I am so much given training in table drill. I used to do everywhere. Means whenever there were ceremonies, I was there in the table drill. So that was the thing. And yes, since I have been good in communication skill, I was a debater during my college time. So that helped me in getting the stage. Means I used to do all the MCs of all the cultural programs during my academy. That was a like a very good experience. And people used to say, why don't you apply for the TV channel? You have got a good voice. I said I am using my passion here. So that is the thing that academy has given. And since I have recently visited my academy once more time for the refresher course, it had a very, like, it was a good experience with the current commandant. He's very talented, and he also gives classes, and he's very setting a good examples there for the trainees. And this time I had bagged the commandant's gold medal in my refresher course, and that was a proud moment for me. And commandant himself called our ADG and said that she's a very good leader, and she has done well in her course. So that is what my academy has trained me. And when I have come here, I am full of enthusiasm and wants to share my kind of experience with my cadets, and want them that they should lead in their coming future. So I am all here to work for my cadets.
Amazing, ma'am.
Was just coming from the home wearing this uniform. My husband said that you look solid whenever you wear uniform. So this is how my family sees the uniform which I am wearing, and I want that what I am wearing as my pride should be worn by my cadets as a pride. And this uniform is never bought, it is earned. So I believe that whatever is earned should be given respect. And whenever we wear this uniform, wear it with respect. Some of the girls, when they are not seen properly dressed, I feel very bad, and I point them out, just because this has got the integrity, and we should not disrespect whatever is earned by the individual. So this is what I believe, and my family is very proud that I am having uniform.
All right, Aditi. Well, I have seen a transformation in the uniform. Since when we joined, there were tuck-out uniforms that we used to have, and we only had tuck-ins when you achieve something nationally, like the TSC or the RDC. So I have seen that transformation, and even my family has seen. It was very different experience to wear two different sort of uniforms when I was a cadet, and I was very proud to get my mufti. But when I joined this organization as a GCI, putting stars on my shoulder, it's a dream. As Nivas rightly said, we don't buy it, we earn it. And that too with rigorous training and the kind of endurance that we have within ourselves right now. It's just amazing. And in my entire family, I'm the only one in the uniform job. So that, as I said earlier too, that it makes me stand out of the crowd. And they're really, really, really proud of me, because we're only three sisters. And I, being the youngest, I'm being looked up, by others in the family with a different view altogether. I mean, they're the kind of respect that I get. Even if I go outside, my daughter looks up to me when she sees me wearing uniform. She just sometimes she just puts on my beret and she just salutes. So I feel very proud that at least I am putting up a show wherein somebody can look up to me. Even the cadets, the girls that we train, when they walk up to me and say, "Ma'am, आपके जैसा बनना," I said, "अपने जैसा बनो." But the kind of happiness that I feel that they see me in uniform, they see me on parade, as to follow discipline, integrity, and as I said, I always believed in leading by example. That's what I follow, and my family is absolutely proud of it. So yes.
That's one.
So, ma'am, what are the sacrifices that the girl cadet instructors have to make? Because we see you that you escort all the cadets to outstation camps and staying in station camps. So, how does it affect you? Like, how do you manage that?
Well, it does affect. I wouldn't say it doesn't, because we have a family. When we come here, we leave our kids behind when we go for outstation duties, and even within stations when we have duties, cadres, escort duties. It involves a lot of we really have to make our head strong that we are leaving our child behind. But because of our families only, we are able to do this thing. And the other aspect is that unless we sacrifice something, we would not be able to make a difference in the society. Unless I say that, yes, I can go ahead with the team and I can stand, during long hours, I wouldn't be able to tell my cadets to please go on ground and just work. They will never listen to you, they follow you. So, what I always believe is sacrifices are always a part of your life, but making that work life balance is absolutely in your hands. Having a supportive family is a blessing, and I am being blessed. So, when I am out, yes, my family takes care of my child. And we do miss on a lot of functions, we do miss on a lot of activities. But trust me, my daughter is very, very strong, and I'm happy that at least I am bringing her up in a manner wherein she would be able to take that decision. Even at a younger age, she is able to lead a team or to take decisions, and I feel that at least I'm teaching her something. Maybe I'm not around sometimes, but yes, she is able to manage. So sacrifices are everywhere. You talk about corporates. I have worked in corporates and even in the government organization. Different types of sacrifices, but trust me, the kind of happiness when you see your cadets excelling in their respective fields is just an amazing feeling. The kind of respect that we get. For example, there was one cadet while I was posted in UP Directorate. We went for Marvel Anchor, and this guy was there. He was a shooter. So we did regular cadres and camps. And later on, I moved on to West Bengal. I got posted out. After several years, one of my ex-cadets contacted me and she said, "Ma'am, वो बच्चा एक ओलंपिक का शूटर बन गया है. He has opened his own academy." And all he said, even after these several years, he just said, "मैम को बता देना मैं कुछ बन गया हूँ." So when you make, I don't know if it impacts somebody, but if it has a positive impact in someone's life, you feel we have done at least a little bit, we've contributed a little bit. That's it.
Sacrifices are there. I have got a kid of 2.5 years old, baby girl, and a child of 4 years son, and I have to leave them and stay in the camp. But I don't regret, just because my family is there to look after. And since I have taken this job, so I have to be a responsible person, because this is my decision to continue in this job. So whatever the mandated duties which this job requires, I have to perform these duties. And since it requires to train the future leaders of the nation, so I believe that I am doing a wonderful job in taking ahead this nation towards a developed India 2047, because I am contributing in their journey of transformation, journey of getting into various fields. So I am part of complete transformation of my cadets. So the sacrifice is worth paying when you are doing your job with satisfaction, and I am satisfied that I am fulfilling all my responsibilities as a girl cadet instructor, and training my cadets so that they can join various fields and contribute in the national mainstream. That is my viewpoint.
Ma'am, a girl cadet instructor, epitome of our direct trade. Slogan, once a cadet, always a cadet. Having re-attired in khaki. So ma'am, what's your personal opinion on the meaning once a cadet, always a cadet?
I believe the main motto behind this particular slogan is that the kind of training that we get within these 3 years of NCC and the kind of a person that it transforms you into, it will help you throughout. As you say, I mean, even if you go anywhere, you will be able to identify a cadet, even in a crowd. So, the kind of qualities NCC inculcates within the cadets, if we talk about leadership, adventure activities, and working in a working together, achieving goals. So, NCC not only gives you an opportunity to learn new skills, however, it transforms you in a person wherein you can lead the team. You can actually work in a team, achieve your goals in whatever field you go. You might have seen a lot of personalities who have excelled in their fields and they still associate themselves with NCC. So I believe the motto of this particular slogan, as we say, once a cadet, always a cadet, is that it not only transforms you for those 3 years of training, but imbibes basically all the qualities that would be required to make you in a wonderful future citizen, in making India Viksit. So I think that's NCC is aiming for it.
That's truly said, ma'am.
So, ma'am, in your opinion, how does the slogan, once a cadet, always a cadet, get imbibed in NCC by permanent instructor staff, ANOs, and cadets?
After coming of ADG, I think once a cadet, always a cadet slogan has become, a part of our life. Because whenever we visit some unit or wherever, when you go in fest or in any of the ceremonies, you can always hear once a cadet, always a cadet. So that basically what I have perceived from this, that it is a call to all the cadets who were part of this beautiful organization to come ahead and work for the national development. Because the cadets, earlier we used to say that NCC cadets are trained just to join the armed forces. But in current days, it is not like that. Our NCC cadets are paving their ways in various fields, be it aviation, be it hospitality, be it anywhere. So this once a cadet and always a cadet has become a revolutionary word, a life changing word, and I believe that it is going to affect the heart, the mind, and the soul of the cadets. And in the future also, they will be taking this ahead, so that they will be called, whenever they will be called back by the organization to contribute, they will come and contribute meaningfully. Because I remember, I have read it, that in during this Indo-China war, NCC was made permanent in all the schools and colleges. Why it was made? Because it is one of the organization which is called the second line of defense. So the country requires during the emergency, during the calamities, because last we have faced this COVID-19 situation, and NCC has contributed immense during that period. Our NCC cadets, without thinking about the after effects of the calamity, they have contributed, they have distributed the foods, they have given the medical help. So this is how all the cadets are contributing in the society, developing passion towards society, which is one of our aim also. So this once a cadet, always a cadet is a call to all the people who have served in this organization to come and join and become one to contribute for the developed India.
Ma'am, what is the key difference between old NCC in which you were a cadet and now in Amrit Kal ki NCC you are a GCI?
Well, there has been a vast difference, I would say. projection of work is one thing that I have seen. When we were cadets, we did not had that opportunity to project our work. We did not had cameras, neither people covering everything that we did. For example, I did parasailing. I hardly have any photographs, unfortunately. So that is one thing. Secondly, I believe right now the cadets are more aware. We were just following the bookish thing and we used to do ये बोला है ये करना है हमें अभी ट्रेनिंग करनी है ड्रिल करनी है हमें देश के लिए आगे बढ़ना है but today cadets are different. They not only think about getting into armed forces but also different other avenues that have been opened for them, like media. For example, you guys, you're doing a wonderful job being part of a podcast team. You are taking out, you are actually projecting the work of NCC. You are actually the voice of the youth, I would say, on which Mr. Modi is focusing. If we talk about Viksit Bharat 2047, he's focusing on the youth. So you are doing wonderfully well and we never had that opportunity. हमारे टाइम पे काम करना है, हमें ट्रेनिंग करनी है, and then we used to just strive for RDCs, GSCs just to get that uniform. That passion was there. But now things are different. Not only passion for uniform, but also people are projecting their work. They are able to showcase whatever they have achieved. In our times, we had a lot of achievements, but somehow that was not projected in the manner it should have been. And the kind of force that is being driven right now, the initiative taken by our ADG sir, he ensures that everything's being covered and people are being projected in a manner that they have put on efforts, right? Whatever efforts they are putting. However, as I said, पहले मीडिया भी इतना and even जो हमारे कमांडिंग ऑफिसर्स वगैरह होते थे, they just used to focus कि इनको ट्रेनिंग करवानी है and that's it.
Ma'am, what is your opinion about Amrit Kal Ki NCC and how is it contributing in making Viksit Bharat?
सेपरेट प्रोजेक्शन है वैसा कुछ नहीं होता था. तो आई फील अभी बच्चे TSC IGC करते हैं तो भी दे आर लाइक रैंक होल्डर्स. हमारे टाइम पे बीइंग एन SUO वाज अ मैटर ऑफ प्राइड. तो आई थिंक दैट इज द मेजर डिफरेंस एंड ऑल्सो अभी एज आई सेड कैडेट्स आर मोर अवेयर. उनको पता है हमें क्या सीखना है, हम कहाँ से क्या चीज सीख के उसको इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं अपनी लाइफ में. नेटवर्किंग, connecting with the alumni. NCC alumni is a wonderful initiative. You can get connected with your alumni who can guide you further. एक्सपा कैडेट ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम हमारे टाइम पे नहीं होता था. नो पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट सेपरेट प्रोग्राम्स वर हेल्ड फॉर अस. सो जितनी चीजें हो रही हैं समय के साथ, जितने भी बदलाव आ रहे हैं एनसीसी में, आई थिंक वी आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स द पॉजिटिव, ऑन अ पॉजिटिव पाथ आई वुड से, जहाँ पे एक ओवरऑल एक होलिस्टिक अप्रोच हैज बीन टेकन. अभी एवरीबडी इज फोकसिंग नॉट ओनली द थियोरी और द प्रैक्टिकल एस्पेक्ट ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट बट ऑल्सो द होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट ऑफ अ कैडेट. तो जब बच्चा 3 साल के बाद जब कैडेट जब निकलता है एनसीसी से, तो ही इज ऑलरेडी ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड. उसको एक्सपा का एक्सपीरियंस है और बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, मीडिया रील है, लोगों से कनेक्ट है. So I feel there is a huge difference, but a positive one, I would say.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, what is your opinion about Amrit Kal Ki NCC and how is it contributing in making Viksit Bharat?
I have heard a lot about Amrit Kal Ki NCC in the form of poems. I have read about it in the form of articles. अभी कुछ दिन पहले ही there was a requirement of article submission and poem submission, and a lot of ideas like our cadets have given in that. But what I believe that the phase from 75 years of India independence till 2047 is all Amrit Kal period, and the cadets who fall between this period are the Amrit Kal cadets, because they are the main people who will see the change, who will see the transformation of this developing nation into a developed nation. And it is going to be there because our Prime Minister, who is working so hard to bring our India at the level of a developed nation. So in this, how our cadets are going to contribute meaningfully, that is the main focus point. Our cadets, they are contributing in the societal development, which is the requirement of today's in society there are so many things which require changes. अभी यमुना की ही बात कर लें. If Yamuna is getting polluted and we will not get the water for drinking, then there is no survival of life. Then definitely somebody has to come ahead and take this initiative to change the complete Yamuna's जो current situation है. So that is one point I would say कि contribution towards society should be the prime responsibility of our cadets, so that society will transform and upgrade. And definitely if the society is upgraded, it will contribute into a developed nation. It will be one of the main contributor. Besides that, there is a character development amongst the cadets. If our younger generation, because this NCC organization is the largest youth organization, so the message goes from the young minds. If the young people, they have got a very strong character and they have got this patriotism inside them, so definitely India, nobody can stop this country to become a developed nation. So this is how the message goes. If you are in uniformity, because we are all are united. Why this uniform is given? To show that we all are one. And this is how we are sending the message of united India. So if we are united, then definitely there will be a contribution in getting this developed nation. So this is how all things which are attributing towards the developed nation falls into Amrit Kal Ki NCC. So this is what my viewpoint is towards Amrit Kal Ki NCC, because this is the largest youth organization, uniformed youth organization. So there is a uniformity, there is a unity, and where people will not divide you, then that is a strong nation. So I believe that NCC, with their more than 15 lakh cadets, is a wonderful resource to change this developing nation into a developed nation.
So now we are done with the questioning part. Now begins the rapid fire. So, ma'am, I'll say one word and you just have to tell me what comes to your mind after I say that.
Sure.
The first word is scale.
OTA Chennai.
Discipline.
Hackle.
Head held high.
Voice of Red Hackle.
Dream.
Alma Mater.
Kane. Stars.
Honor.
Achievement.
Voice of Red Hackle.
Absolutely commendable.
Ma'am, what is the one advice you would like to give us to the young audience?
Well, I'll advise them to dream, act, and achieve. The kind of opportunities you are having right now, please grab them and just achieve whatever you want to. You'll definitely be able to achieve them. Thank you.
My message is that whatever opportunities are being provided to the cadets in NCC, they should be grasped well and they should be utilized in their future life, for their grooming also and for achieving in their career path. Because we have used our all the experiences of cadet days in our GCI job. So that has helped us a lot. I had a great transformation of my personality. I was a bit aggressive when I was a cadet, but I was transformed, and it has helped me a lot in my job. And I had done an outstanding achievements in this NCC organization, and I'm really thankful to the NCC organization to have given the opportunities to use all my passions, all my faculties in a right direction and a right platform to showcase the world that I have it within me. I have been given chance to be the commentator of Prime Minister Rally. I have been given the chance to conduct 800 cadets rhythmic yoga. Yoga has been my passion and I have utilized it on the platform of NCC. So take this example with you and utilize your own passions in your field so that your job becomes your dream job. That is what my message is.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, thanks for joining us today and sharing your insights.
Thank you so much, Preeti and Aditi, for having us here and making us, giving us an opportunity to connect with the youth. Thank you so much.
Thank you, both of you, because this is our, amazing experience to sit.
Jai
Jai
Hind.
Hind.